Okay, you guys, I'm back. This is part 2 of the new look skirt pattern that I'm working on. And I have, got this all pressed out now. These were the pocket linings. They're now turned in on themselves. And as I was saying right before I got finished before, I have to do a top stitch along here. I'm considering doing 2 side by side because I like the way that looks. But anyway, I'm going to continue on and I'll be right back with you. Go ahead and pin this down before you begin your top stitching, okay? I've just done a quick little pin there and there to hold that still. I noticed it started moving around on me as I was beginning my stitching, so anyway, there you go. Normally to do tutorials use a contrasting thread, but in real life you want it to match. So I went ahead and did 2 rows here of top stitching, one very close to the edge and one 3/8 in, or pretty much like the width of your sewing foot edge. So I use that as a little guide. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side. Okay, so I've got this pockets pinned on the yoke part of this pattern, and I wanted to show you that you want to make sure it lines up with the lining, the inner facing pocket that you did earlier. I had pinned it on once and realized that they hadn't been lined up from the inside, so I redid it. And this is how it's going to look from the front. Okay? Okay, so quickly, the next step was to do just a little bit of a tack down here and here at the edges of the pockets, the yoke to the front, and then now I've got to sew this whole pocket closed on the inside here, okay? Show you the next step in a sec. Okay, so just a quick moment for the benefit of those that are making this but for some reason didn't have the pattern instructions. I'll give you a minute here to look at this. So my next step was to mark the darts in the back. So there's that part of the instruction, and then here's the second half. I'll go over that again when I get there. But I want to show you this. So when I'm marking the darts, you'll see the pink. I poked a hole in that part of the pattern and then used my chalk in the hole. And then after that, I drew the line to where they were, poked the pin through so I knew where those holes were, and drew it again on the other back panel. Okay, I'll come back when I've got those darts sewn and I've started to sew the pieces to the front.